homeless woman story?
No.
Okay. This is you heard it online probably? Yeah. Alright, so this is a true story. So I take the freeway to get to work, and obviously take it to get back home. And whenever I take the freeway, getting back, I have to exit the freeway, and there's like a long off ramp, and there's a signal light there. There's always been a homeless guy off to the side, asking for money. But I'm in my car, and for me, it just feels weird to give money when I'm in my car. I don't know why. It's just like I'm driving, don't bother me. So anyways, this one day, I exit the freeway, and there's like 4 or 5 cars in front of me, and it's a red light. And I'm scarfing down these carrots I have in this Ziploc bag left over from lunch, and behind me pulls this monster truck. And I can't see it. It's towering over my car, basically, and I can't see who's in it because the windshield is tinted. So I don't know if it's like an old woman, or whatever, but it just feels like an angry man. It's monster madness, and I just feel like as soon as this changes green, I better go, otherwise this monster truck is going to start running over me. Which is weird to even think that, but that's how I was like scarfing down, I better hurry, it just had this like panic in me or whatever, because the tire was like, it was really big. Anyways, if you were there, you would know what I'm talking about. But I was freaking out, and I'm scarfing these carrots down, and I look over expecting to see a homeless man there, and I see a homeless woman. I don't see homeless women that often for whatever reason, and when I saw her, my heart went out to her. I was like, I should really give her something, And in LA, you have to pay for parking everywhere. And so my cup holders are full of quarters. And I was like, you know what? I'm going to scoop up these quarters and put it in this Ziploc bag now. It's perfect, So I scoop up these quarters, I put it in the Ziploc bag, and it's like 2 pounds worth of quarters. I'm like, whoa, she's going to start a new life, And so I roll down my window, and I put my hand out like this, and she's like 4 or 5 cars in front of me, so she is a good distance away from me. I'm like this, and she sees that I have done that, and she has her sign, and she puts it down, and she goes like this. I'm like, what? You have to come get it. This doesn't make any sense. Like, she's like from here, like way past, like twice the door length away, And I'm like, what? No, what do you expect? I can't make it like teleport to your hand. It doesn't make any sense. And so as I'm like trying to figure out, what is she doing? She should be running over here to get this bag of quarters, but she wasn't. And the light turns green, and the 4 or 5 cars in front of me, they just take off. And so I'm like, oh my gosh, this monster truck behind me is going to run me over. So I start going, And soon I realize that I'm going 20 or 30 miles an hour. And I'm really starting to panic because I'm like, how is this exchange going to happen? What if she's not a football player. I can't just shove it into her stomach and be like, whoa, got it, And then I'm like, oh, what if she holds on to it too long and pulls me out of the car, and I die? What if I don't let go in time and I drag her under my car and the monster truck's like, And so I'm freaking out. I'm like, John, you're a martial artist. All you have to do is go like this. Like that. And I'll watch it gracefully land into her hands. And so as I'm going 20, 30 miles an hour with a 2-pound bag of quarters, I'm like, okay, Johnny, wait for it, and now. And when tragedy, if you've ever been in a car accident, time slows down, okay? And so I'm like this at 20, 30 miles an hour, and I'm like, and I watch. As I know that God is just like, wait. And puts the slow button on. He's like, hey, Moses, come here, check this out. John is an idiot. And so at 20, 30 miles an hour, with the 2-pound bag of quarters, I just go, and I watch as this 2-pound bag of quarters flies from my hand and smacks her in the face. The bag rips open, quarters fall, glistening in the sunlight. And this is all, to me, in slow motion, like every detail I just watch as the quarters are falling. And all I can do is no! And I'm going so fast, they just screech around the corner. So I know if anybody's standing around, they're like, oh my gosh! Drive-by quartering! I'm sure the monster truck guy is like, douchebag! Get out of your car, you're not supposed to throw it. And so I couldn't turn around and go see if she's alive or anything. So I might have killed her. I don't know. But this is a true story. I hit a homeless woman out of the goodness of my heart at 20, 30 miles an hour with a 2-pound bag of quarters. And if there's a moral to the story, it's don't give homeless people money while driving your car. Now, before that day, there's always been a homeless person there. After that day, never again. And this is not a lie. Never again. Like, I drive by there all the time, and there's never been another person there. And I'm like, how? What? Do they know? They must meet like under a bridge somewhere.
The homeless
We're like,
union.
Hey, where's Sarah? She's dead. We had enough quarters to bury her.
Serial killer. Yeah, don't go there, man. Yong Bosch will beat you.
No, yeah, there's a white cross there. But true story. I felt like a complete jerk. Yeah, how do you make up that? And so, anyways, yeah, don't do that, guys. Okay, learn from me. Do you guys have any questions?
Actually,
Yes.
What is that pin?